Night ends. We're going to get on into morning now. Back into this entire extravaganza where Erwin has led you all out to this swamp to find Persephone's knee, this legendary venomous toad that has just been sighted for the first time in a very long time, for like 100 years. It's very strange for many reasons. Agnes, our wonderful old lady, has been the provocateur, has for some reason been able to produce many things, is incredibly friendly to animals, and has provided an abundance of candy. Thorn has become just her trusty caretaker blacksmith, and has been kind of the best, most competent person in the tribe. I'm going to do a quick draw because there were five sort of fans, 5 people that were coming along for this conservation active, sort of documenting finding this toad. And let's see, for first guy, let me shuffle this up. I keep goofing on this and recycling the cards inappropriately.
Did they go back and like pick up Erwin's like horde of like gerbils that he downed?
What are you talking about? Oh, the squirrel.
He spent all night rotisserie them.
Right. Now, did you,
like literally with sticks and just rotating them every so often.
And who made the fire, Thorn or you?
I did.
Okay.
Like I said, the one thing he's good at is being a Boy Scout.
Fair enough. Alrighty. So, little quick shuffle there.
It's the only reason he makes it through, because he has the survival skills to survive and never plans to survive.
So, first of 5 guys, 3 does not come back. Second of 5 guys, King comes back. Confident somehow. Third guy comes back, a little shaken. Fourth guy comes back with a gun. And then 5th guy comes back, also a little shaken as the other guy. So four people have returned from your original little crew there, Kyle. One of them ran home to mommy for very good reasons, because that cat was fucking big. So these are the 4 people that are going to be available. Now, y'all are going to start going into the swamp. Now, this swamp is weird because it's purple. It's not regular standard swamp. It's actually purple, and it's unclear because the land is so very undocumented, which is why Erwin has come out here, because he's just stupid enough to think that he can actually document all this with basic Boy Scout skills. He didn't even get past Star Scout, the scrub. So he's come out here to play documentarian.
Scrub.
Yeah, get wrecked, kid.
Get wrecked, kid.
So, but this swamp, the purple it's not sure what it is, because it's all sort of hues and shades of purple, where there's a lot of green. For those of us that have lived in Florida and swamp-like areas, it's always sort of this cascade of green, or this green moss that's floating on water, things like that. But now it's purple, and like even the trees are like a darker purple. Some of them are almost even black, and so it's shades of purple as it rolls through this whole thing. And the smell is acrid. The smell is not pleasant.
I might have made a miscalculation by bringing you all down.
Right now,
because that looks fucked up.
Thorn just has like 2 little like things in his nose, because he has to work with materials that sometimes aren't pleasant, and like flag for metal. So he's got like 2 little nose plugs. He's given 2 to Agnes.
So, alrighty. So your guy with high confidence and a gun is just he's gonna go up to the water, and the water has the hue of the purple, but there's nothing really strange about it. And due to low resources earlier, because he was a part of Kyle's convoy, he's thirsty, and he's going to. Actually, I'll do this he's going to find out whether or not this water is good.
I hope nobody tries to stop his ass.
He's dead. He's dead, and his gun is perfectly safe and fine on the ground.
I'm going to go over, I'm going to pick it up. Right. Don't do that. All right? Don't drink from bodies of water and you don't know what's in them. All right?
All right.
We're going to go with that is toxic. We're going to stay out of the water. We're going to stay on the edge and try to find this toad. Okay? Okay.
I'm going to look at Erwin and go, Erwin, I am not the expert in whatever this is, but isn't the thing you're looking for poisonous?
Yes, it is. It's why
What
I
is-
got this, and he's just gonna drop out this like little plastic cage that just kind of folds out.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be? Wouldn't the fact that this whole like area is all poisoned and everything? I'm not, an animal person by any means, but doesn't a lake that's all poison? I don't know. Could it be that this frog, that little cage that you have, is that this frog is a lot bigger than the cage you have? Just a
That is a good point, and that's why we employed your services in case we needed a larger cage. You would have the expertise in creating one masterpiece to help transport this wonderful creature back.
Thorn immediately regrets opening his mouth.
Agnes, what are you doing after seeing this man presumably drop dead after drinking the water? His body is still there, like sort of half in the water, or not. The gun's been picked up by Thorn. So what are you doing now
Erwin.
Erwin's been picked up by Erwin picked up the gun. So what are you doing right now, Agnes? Because you guys are still at the very edge of the swamp. There are very clear routes of like sort of logs or mounds of dirt or whatnot that you guys could just like go through. But yeah, Agnes, what are you doing?
Just gonna go pick up his head, kind of lay it in my lap, or my whole body, because that's about how large. I am.
You're truncated. You're
And I'm just gonna carefully close the eyes and just do a little. I'm just gonna say some words. I didn't really know this person, but I'm gonna say some stuff. Gonna. I don't know how this turns out. If this is creepy old lady or sweet old lady.
Oh boy.
Thorn is just standing behind her, big old hammer in his hand, just like letting her say her words, just watching and giving death stares to any of the people remaining. Like, say a word, I dare you.
So let's is this the creepy old lady or the sweet old lady?
oh, very
Queen.
sweet, very sweet old lady. If you want it to be, but the best out.
Dealer's choice. Dealer's choice.
Right. Very sweet old lady moment and everything. Unfortunately, well, here's the better question: did any of you bring a shovel or anything that would allow you guys to
That was
bury it?
specifically why I said we're bringing the blacksmith, was because he
I
had
was
shovels.
just saying, Thorn probably has a pick and the shovel because he's had to go out and get his own ore before. So
Mhm.
he's brought that with him along with some cooking implements and some like various tools for
Right.
for working metal and wood.
Right. So
See, the platoon sergeant understood the assignment when the dumbass PL decided we're going out here. That's what happened. He used his brain. I said, I fucking know some things about some stuff and we're doing it. And he was like, fuck. Now we got to make sure that this idiot doesn't get himself killed.
well, here's the
That's,
well,
that's
here's
how this adventure started.
so
Pretty
here's
much.
here's the final decision I want you all to make it as a party before you go. Now, this man's body is currently of interest, mostly because you have to consider: do you want to give him a burial? Do you want to cremate him, or do you want to leave him for the wild animals, such as other cats like Catherine, to take care of him? So, how would you guys like to bury this stranger's body? Because none of you really like know him, unfortunately. So
We're going to move upstream and let that attract predators.
Erwin,
away
you want
from
to
us.
use this man's body as bait.
Natural conservation, pride in nature, natural selection.
Do you announce this to the rest of the party? Are you
He's just
forthrightly?
gonna keep walking. He's not saying shit to anybody. He's like, nope, I'm out. We're
So
going up this
wait,
way.
okay, I might have misunderstood. So are you leaving the body there to attract predators so they don't bother you?
Yeah.
So you're
100%.
you're perfectly okay just abandoning this man's body and just progressing forward.
I
Okay,
picked the gun up and I moved.
alrighty. Agnes, Thorn, do you notice this? Do you guys have any reactions to this?
Agnes.
Agnes follows.
Try
So
again.
Agnes follows. By this point, Agnes has adopted Erwin mentally.
Oh, call.
Alrighty. Thorn.
Thorn is just gonna like look at the body, look at where they're all going, and like I don't want to leave the body here, but I can't abandon Agnes.
At this point, a single vulture is circling above, and you're aware the vultures of this land, they eat Catherine very casually. They are much bigger than the mockingbird.
Big.
They
I want it down there.
They should, by their size, they should be hunters. But because of how sort of violent this land is, there's too much to eat. So
I will say I'm gonna try and just grab the body and just kind of like throw it into some underbrush, just to maybe come back later. And we'll see here. What is that we have?
That's a 2.
Oh, shit.
So I'm going to put that as the 2. You are looking for underbrush, and because it's a swamp, it is there, but it's all mushy. So you throw him into some underbrush, but he immediately starts sinking into the mud very slowly.
I don't have time for this.
Technically,
you buried him. He's gonna sink down in, buddy. Good job.
So as Thorn's running to sort of catch up with the rest of the group, because the other 3 have followed Kyle off. You just see this is from the angle of just the body, the shoe is just sinking on as everyone's just like running away into the background, and you guys are getting off into it. Now it is still early morning, bright day, but it is a very heavy swamp overhead situation. So it's dimmer than it should be at this time of morning and this time of even beginning into midday. Where the sun comes through, it's really bright, like slits. So it ends up being some sort of swamp jungle combo. The purple environment still playing out for just purple hues and dark purple for the trees there. The purple knees of the cypress knees kind of popping out. And you guys are sort of hopping, skipping along. Everyone make a quick just dexterity check as you guys are hopping. So Boy Scout over there, Mr. Erwin, is just hop, skipping, and jumping just fine. Thorn, you're having a lot of trouble because you're big and you're not exactly the most dexterous lump of coal that there is in the blacksmith.
I'm here to pound metal into shape.
Yeah, so you're getting a little stuck here and there, just sinking in, plodding along, not having little slides here and there. But you're keeping along just fine. The queen, drawn by Colton, kind of lets me know that Agnes is kind of impressing everyone by showing some of that energy when she caught. What was that earlier? You caught someone's head, when you were comforting Erwin after the first fight, right? So that speediness, that level of agility is now showing up just in this dainty little jumps. Like you were somehow like a ballerina or a gymnast in a past life or something.
Agnes isn't really like bounding. It's more like she's just too light, and so she's just walking on top while everyone else is sinking.
Right.
Like we have a Legolas walking on the snow while everyone's
right. Checks out.
Yep. I like that.
Alrighty. Now, Erwin, are you seeing any interesting? Any interesting animals along the way? Any other interesting animals that might be in this swamp?
Just find out, shall we?
Yes, sir.
Do we see interesting animals?
You see a very interesting animal, actually. So this is a very interesting one because it's a fox. It's actually a fox that is much like the hue of the environment. It's actually purple as well, with a black on purple sort of combo.
Yeah.
But
setting up his little thing with his light and his GoPro camera,
right?
Putting the hat on, the light on, adjusted the tightness, everything.
But you're also aware that this fox, while small, is also quite ferocious. It is a animal eat animal world out here. So we're gonna see if you can actually if you can get really close for your shot.
He's doing the straight up around the snake, fucking Steve Irwin style, like
So you've gotten really close to this fox.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
And as it tries to lunge, he's just gonna back away and move around and bound around him, do all the goofy things. Try to get a hand on the back of its neck to kind of hold it up, and then if you can grab by it right here in the lower back and right here, and you can hold him up, and they can't get you.
What are you drawing for there, Thorn?
To see if Thorn recognizes this animal at all?
Not particularly. This is again the swamp area. This is a very uncharted area because it's so toxic. It's so very hard to sort of deal with. You need a special enzyme, if not a special sort of medicine, to have your gut able to even deal with the water, as we saw earlier. This is just, and so everyone's just kind of watching this. Let's go ahead and do a draw off, Kyle, for whether or not this fox gets a surprise attack off on you.
Oh, I think it did.
Oh, I don't even have to draw anything really. So I beat that on you. This fox, in its flurry, ends up not exactly, but almost spitting at your face with like its ferocious, just trying to like nap at you. So a little bit of its saliva like splashes on your face, and that poison starts creaking in to your skin, and you can feel that inflammation sort of taking your face right now as the poison starts hitting you.
Oh, he's still in there doing his thing. Oh, I got some of the venom on my face. It's going to make me inflamed. It's going to hurt, but it's going to be okay. I'll be all right. I won't be able to see you a little bit tomorrow. It'll be fine. Not the first time, but look at this creature right here. So gorgeous, so beautiful, so majestic.
Now you have this fox really pissed off. How are you going to get rid of it?
Do I actually manage to pick it up?
You have picked it up. You've been doing your whole thing, just given the investigation, everything. We've given you that. So you said you had the one sort of small plastic cage that would be appropriate for perhaps this fox.
Yeah.
So did you want to toss this fox? Did you want to keep them in your cage?
No, I'm going to huck the fox. Like once it ends, I'm going
to
release it by throwing it into the water and getting away.
Alrighty. Okay.
Just watching with amusement.
Right. So you toss the fox into the nearest body of water, so it has to swim out, and the fox is fine. It scampers away. It's lost its vigor after being embarrassed by getting all wet like this.
That was the point.
Now,
take the fight.
Now you guys continue on through this merry wonderland. Let's go ahead and do. Where are we at? All right, we've got time. Alrighty, so let's do another. Let's do a perception check. Everyone, do a quick, easy draw for perception. All right.
The old 7.
Okay.
7 down.
So looking forward, we'll just say you all kind of notice this. You all are going to have to actually. You reached an area where it's nothing but trees. It's nothing but trees and cypress knees. So the only way to manage this is to either sort of walk through the water, which we know will kill you if you drink it. But per what everyone saw from the guy cupping it into his hand, there was no initial burn. There's no clear, obvious indication that the water will hurt you on contact. The spit from the fox was processed from its environment. It's one of its sort of knack-on abilities, let's say. So you guys have sort of two options. Either you guys are going to play the game of jumping from sort of tree to tree, or you guys are just going to like lift your whole things and just start walking through this, let's say if you're 6 feet tall, this chest-high water.
That is some tall water for old Agnes.
Yeah. If anything, it's going to be like, let's say it's 4 feet deep. It's going to be 4 feet deep. So what do you all want to do here?
I can't take all this
chair on my pack.
I can't take all this camera equipment in there.
Oh, if you want to take your camera equipment, you're going to have to hold it above yourself.
Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to think.
Thorn, what were you going to do with Agnes?
I just like take the little chair that I fashioned on the back of my pack and took it from like where it was down near at the base of my back, and I've like readjusted it and put it up top so that Agnes can like sit comfortably like at shoulder level.
Agnes, what are you actually doing?
I'm going to sit.
You're going to sit? Okay, so you're going to sit on the chair. Alrighty. Let's go ahead. So everyone...
He's going to put on his like GoPro and everything that he has all strapped up, and that's going to be where all of his footage comes from for this. We're going to go explore. We're going to go explore into there. We're going to leave all of the camp stuff out here. Right? We're just going to go through the water. We're going to go find what we can. See if we can find this creature today.
Alrighty. So y'all go ahead and start narrating us as you guys are starting to walk through this water. And it's probably going to be for quite a while. Maybe, let's put it like a half mile of just straight through this per the map. So it's going to be a half mile just walking through this water. And it's middle of the day. So, and while the water has got the purple hueish, it's, if you've ever seen sort of lake water that has cypress leaves, it's got this tea. Now just make it purple tea instead, like a lilac tea perhaps, is kind of the hue. So you guys can see the bottom, but it's all murky. All of anything that's down there, either little fishes or any of the foliage, is going to be darkened by it. So everything's kind of silhouetted in the water beneath you. So
you could still see.
You could still see a bit. Yeah, you could still see a bit. Maybe within about a 30 to 45 angle out from where you are, you can see probably about that far. So it's very limited. Let's think of like blind sight or short sight inside of like regular D&D. You have a very short area of perception.
You got about 5 foot of perception.
While you're all going through like 4 feet of water and just kind of just like plodding along through this, not trying to move too fast, and also very unsure of what may or may not be out here. So,
all of them go ahead, and he is like, he's got that poker that he made for Agnes, and he's just like sifting it along the ground.
He's trying to like just nothing.
Yeah, just to make sure that if there is something bigger, he's gonna tap it before it taps him.
Right. Okay. Agnes is just chilling on the chair, right? Yep.
I'm continuing to hand out treats.
Are you just tossing them to people with their hands full of things? Like, because all 1, 2. Repeat.
I'll put some treats in. I keep forgetting your character's name.
Thorn.
Thorn. That's right. I remember the T. Thorn. I'm just gonna put it in like a pocket on like Thorn's.
Oh no! Like Agnes should just like be taking out like this toffee and just like she's right there at face level and just like, here you go. And like Thorn is begrudgingly just chewing on the candy. And occasionally when he can, he'll turn and spit.
Alrighty, so let's see here. So let's go ahead and do this. All y'all do a quick perception check.
There we go.
Alrighty. So, yes, no, and yes. Alrighty, so Thorn and Agnes, you will notice this because it's going to come right by you. There's a large body. There's a large, just amphibious body that comes by, and it just sweeps by and nabs one of the guys, and he does not make it out. He just goes, and just gets sniped away.
Oh no!
I'm gonna turn around and catch it on camera. This is turning into the fucking Blair Witch Project. Run! Gonna take off.
What are y'all doing? Thorn.
Yeah, Thorn is like worried now more than ever about Agnes's safety, and is like, well, there's still some people dumb enough to follow this guy, so maybe I can get us away from here. And Thorn is going to try and is the way back clear?
You're halfway there. You're at the halfway point of this entire thing through the bog. So it's either go forward towards this presumed frog, or go back to the dead body where a bunch of creatures have likely found it. Granting it's subtly buried.
Thorn is going to try and climb a tree with Agnes on his back.
Draw.
And just hope that it goes well.
Agnes, draw for staying on the chair. So Agnes, you stay on the chair. Thorn, you try for a tree. You slip. You both fall into the water.
We're making sure to keep our mouths shut.
So y'all.
Wait, when we fall in, can I realize I'm falling and like try and like lift Agnes off my hand, like off my shoulder, and like hold her above the water?
Draw.
And I mean, not
I'm
great.
gonna get all of us killed. Yay!
So you barely manage it. You are completely underneath the water, but you still keep Agnes at least at her chest height for her tiny frame. So she's still head above water. You're underwater, just holding your breath and getting yourself back together to get up.
Yep.
And I'm just looking around, looking to see if I can see this thing again.
Erwin, can I assume that you have run away and are just booking it far away from, like, not concerned for Thorn or Agnes? Just
I didn't like take off. He runs like a good 15, 20 feet up and grabs a branch and like flings himself up into the tree out of the water.
okay. Okay. All right. So you're
And he's like sitting perched on this thing and he kind of like looks back. Get out of the water!
The other two guys have also done the same thing, kind of climbed up on a tree. Coming back to Thorn and Agnes. Thorn, do you go ahead and draw to see if you actually can get yourself up out of the water while holding your breath and everything?
That's a 9.
So you manage it, but you are soaking wet, and you kind of also realize everything in your pack is also wet. So there's something about how compromised your cooking might be going forward, if there's cooking.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So let's do this.
I'm just like begrudgingly climbing this tree with Agnes still in my hand as I'm like lifting her up the tree and like getting onto the branch and like setting her down, and then immediately taking like my hand and like ruffling it through my beard so that I don't get any water, and just going and just looking at Erwin and like there's murderous intent now.
So Mr. High Confidence that's up there in a tree with Erwin, he notices there's another body in the water. There's another one of these, like, and what he can see, and he's kind of pointing out, it looks like it's something like a lizard, like something that would be like an alligator, but it also has like 2 heads to it, and it's heading for you, Thorn. It's heading for you. It's heading for you.
I'm getting up out of the water as quickly as humanly possible.
You climbing up on that tree again?
Yep.
Draw. All right, you get up on the tree. You get up on the tree just barely, and this thing finally gets you. It kind of lurches out a bit to snap at you, but it misses, and it dives back into the water. And it starts circling.
I'm just looking
Your
over.
balls about got snipped off, buddy. Get out of the fucking water!
Thorn just looks at him, and he looks at Agnes and goes, Agnes, if something happened to Erwin, you wouldn't hold it against me, right?
What do you mean?
Like, if suddenly my hammer were to say accidentally cave his head in, you'd be okay, right? You wouldn't hold that against me?
Why would your hammer? Agnes just doesn't understand what you're saying.
There's another.
Just in case there's an accident. You know, accidents apparently are happening all over the place.
The 2-headed croc lurks out again and makes another snap at your heel there, Thorn. This thing is not going away.
I'm pissed. I'm going to take the hammer when it comes up. He's just going to go, nah.
Alrighty, contested draw.
Okay.
Smack that mother. Watch your mouth.
Oh, no.
You hit it and you stun it, but it's pissed a bit. It's pissed and dazed at the same time. You have not killed it, but it is pissed and dazed. Mr. High Confidence is going to see that you actually got a whack on it and gets it and still feels confident. He's going to wait. Did I put that away properly? I keep doing this to myself. So Mr. High Confidence is going to jump in, and he's going to actually start trying to wrestle with the thing. And he's successfully kind of wrestling it. He's gotten himself sort of wrapped around the top of it, kind of on the back of it to try to, like, I don't know if he's trying to exhaust it or something like that, but now they're flailing around in it. And there's a decent chance, maybe, like he's having a very hard time trying to keep his mouth closed while going up and down and keeping his breath. But this thing's wrestling around right now, and he's the only one in the water trying to, like, brave this thing. Mr. Low Confidence, he trips and falls into the water in an attempt to help out the other guy. So he's just fallen into the water. What are you guys doing?
My fans! I can't let them fight it alone! Ah! He's gonna fall. Come back up. Ah! He's just take off.
Mind you, that poison in your face has, like, reached its peak point. So one eye is swollen, so you have half vision, and your face is as big as Will Smith's in Hitch before the Benadryl.
Oh, no.
So you are mongoloided face racing through this chest-high water trying to get to the guy that's, like, wrestling this 2-headed croc.
What is Agnes doing?
Agnes, so this whole time, Agnes has been giving people, like, toffee and, like, these, like, softer candies, but now she's gonna reach into a different pocket in her bag and pull out the hard candies. And she's throwing them at these things.
Okay, go ahead and draw for damage. Draw for the hit. That's a 10. That's a solid hit. You knock it through. You knock one of the heads out. So now the left head has been knocked out, which means the right side of the body has gone limp, and now it's just swimming in a circle. And it's at a very predictable pace. And it's going right near you, Thorn.
I got my hammer and I just let's see, I got a jack.
Done. You knock the other head out. It's thick hide on this Krog. It's thick hide, but it is knocked out. Both heads are knocked out. They start sinking to the bottom, or just starts floating there. The two heads just floating while the body just drapes. The other guy, Mr. High Confidence, he dismounts and is like, "Oh God, we fucking survived this. Alrighty, let's." What do we do, Erwin?
I think those two, it's time to leave. Fuck the frog. Let's go home.
So you guys about face at Erwin's beckoning. Is there any pushback? Is there any pushback?
Oh no. Thorn looks at Erwin and goes, "You dragged me out for a frog. You got Agnes's hopes up. You're finding a damn frog. I don't care what
What are
frog
the
you're finding."
chances that as I'm being scolded by Thorn, that I just kind of peek over and go, "There's a fucking one right there."
Draw. And this must be a 10 or higher for it to be the correct frog.
Since you're over here, give me some luck that this is a 10 or higher. Oh, come on!
It is a
Give me
frog.
9.
It's a regular little sized frog, but it's not the frog you're looking for.
They don't know that. There's one right there.
Okay. Contested? Okay.
No, it's good. It's good, baby. Thank you.
Alrighty. Three-way contest. You must convince both.
Okay.
So you convince both of them, like, this is the frog. This is the frog you're looking for. Go ahead, sell them on it.
This is it right here. You see, don't touch it. But if you look right here, you see
It looks like a human child. Like,
sorry, my minion. She's attacking me currently. Go finish your stuff. I need. There you go. Okay, then put it in the sink. So you see these yellow markings right there.
mm-hmm.
This is a subspecies of them right here. These are the ones that are more well known. But there's your frog. We found a frog. We're gonna leave it out here because I'm worried about the integrity of this cage. Now that we've marked it, we know it's here. We can get this to the right individuals to ensure proper teams can come out and get these animals now that we know the exact location and been confirmed. Thank you all for being a part of this discovery.
Trudge through water and murky crap and get attacked by multiple creatures just to have you tell me that frog over there is what you're looking for? That tiny, measly little thing? There are literal vultures that destroy us out there, and this frog is what we're looking for? What is so special about this damn frog?
Nobody knew where it lived. So now we've got it.
But we came out here on your map.
It was a unconfirmed sighting.
Erwin needed the rumor had led to this. The map had led. There was a rumor that had informed that at least in this swamp it had been sighted, but it had been sighted by just hunters or gatherers or something like that. It was not. But
now
it was
we
not.
Got it on film.
It was now it's on film and has been effectively documented. Is the logic that Erwin is running here?
Yes.
So you're telling me we came out here just so you could get a picture of it with that fancy box on your head?
Fantastic. You follow it. All right. We've confirmed it's here.
I'm like looking at Agnes, gripping my hammer, and just like, Agnes, I feel like an
Thorn?
accident might happen.
Thorn, roll for controlling your rage.
Oh no.
High is... You throw your hammer at his head. And you get a reaction, Kyle. Clean dodge. Just like, anyway. Just little neck crack movement. Anyway.
He's not going to make any other acknowledgments other than as you whip the hammer past his head. He's like, all right, everybody ready to... And then, everybody ready to go?
All right.
All right. We're going back this way.
Thorn, do you go get your hammer?
Yeah, Thorn takes his little van bracers that are magnetic and just like kind of sifts through for a second till it like ching takes it off and just is like looking at Agnes. Why this one, Agnes? Why this one? Out of all of the people that you could have bonded with, why this one?
He needed it.
He needed what he needs is his head caved in. That's what he needs.
Erwin, you can hear all this, by the way.
Well, he's not getting put into any of the credits of these videos when I get back.
He literally killed 3 people on this expedition. It's a miracle that you and I are still alive.
Nature killed them. I said it would be dangerous.
Alrighty. So you guys start heading out to exit the swamp. You got your 2 guys still with them. They're feeling both very good about themselves after handling that gator. You guys get to the entrance. Quick perception check. Thorn, actually. What do you see? You can draw if you like, actually. Is there any sign of the body?
Is there any sign of the body?
Yes. You guys have gotten to the yeah. Go ahead and it's gone. It's gone. Yeah, the body is gone. Long may rest ye soul. And you guys are heading out through the plains and everything. Oh dear, I actually realized I misplaced something there. So you guys start heading on back, and let me see here. That vulture has been circling over that body, but it's still there. And it notices you guys. Go ahead and everyone draw a perception to see if you guys notice its adjustment in flight path.
Hey.
Thorn, yeah. So Thorn, you're too pissed off, and Agnes, you're trying to calm Thorn.
She keeps feeding me these soft candies for some reason.
So do I see it coming at me?
Yeah, how do you? Yeah, you see you see how it's kind of like.
Is it trajectory at me specifically, or just our direction?
So you're at the head of the pack again, right? You're at the head of the pack with the 2 guys. They're talking mad spit because they're so excited about all this. They're already recollecting this adventure and everything. Thorn and Agnes are bringing up the rear as they've been for most of the trip. Thorn's just really pissed and kind of just fuming. And Agnes can sense this. Like, she's just got that maternal grandma just kind of like patting his head to like try to soothe him, but like because it's now back in regular, she's just like this. Now, Erwin, you sort of like take a quick gander as you're talking to the guys, like just being all showman like, and you see that circling bird, that big colossal bird, like a bird as big as the bird from like Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. That big golden.
This motherfucker is a house.
It's a house-sized bird. And you notice it break from its circle, and it's just gliding in your direction very gradually. It's just hanging out. And it's just letting its just natural air currents and stuff just guide it. You think it's going away, but then you realize it's getting larger just little by little. So you get a little nervous. What do you do?
Everybody, pack your shit, because that's death, and it is coming this way.
So do you make an announcement to the whole crew? The whole crew?
There's a fucking big bird coming, and I don't know if it's friendly. We might want to grab our things and get back into the wood line and get out of here.
All right. So you guys are, let's say there's like 2 miles of like plains or whatnot to get through here. There's like a good stretch, and you can see the woods off there. These plains have sort of like a high grass situation. At least in the set of the plains that you guys are in. You guys are kind of retracking your steps with the reverse version of this map. But you guys
Hell
have...
World, Jurassic Park.
You guys have... kind of.
There are about to be
Let me see.
velociraptors in this goddamn grass.
Just about. Let's say you guys got...
Foreshadowing there. Diddly-doo, diddly-doo.
You guys have okay, let's do it like this. You guys have a mile to make, and that bird as pretty much it will be at you guys within easily 10 minutes at its current speed and trajectory. Go ahead and draw for how fast you're able to go. Thorn, go ahead with advantage. Agnes, draw for how much you weigh him down. And Erwin, you're flying. You're just booking it.
I just draw 2 cards and it's the highest.
Yeah, go ahead and just do the highest. You're big and strong. This shouldn't be too problem. It's flat ground.
So,
Alrighty, easy ace.
ace and 10.
Everyone's booking it, drawing for Mr. High Confident. Mr. High Confident King. He is actually lagging behind that alligator fight because you guys have not broken for camp. You guys have just been hoofing it and booking it for like half this day. He is lagging far behind. Other guy, he's doing all right. He only had a trip and fall out of the tree, so he is actually keeping up quite well with everyone else. But this one guy is lagging behind, and it's getting bad, and this bird is getting close. Do y'all want to do anything?
Can I, because we're coming up the rear. As I'm running past, can I just like grab him by the neck?
I've still got this thing
and
going
lift
on
him?
recording. The bird's gaining on us now. We have to get out of here.
All right.
We have nothing that could take out this animal. You can hear he's still trying to stream his experience as we are running for our lives.
Right.
Yeah. Can I just like try and like pick up the guy who's faltering? Like just like literally grab him and like Agnes on one shoulder, this guy on the other shoulder, and like.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. You got him. You got him. I was gonna. Yeah. So you guys are booking it, and you guys are right near the tree line. But that bird, seeing the path and trajectory, swoops right around in front of you guys to block your path into the tree line.
And soon as he does that and opens them wings up real wide, Erwin's gonna hit pause. Tow. And he is going to have absolute certainty with his marksmanship.
It is a revolver.
This dude out real quick.
It is a revolver. 6 shots, 6 draws.
Woo!
First shot goes.
Bam! First
nowhere.
one.
Miss him.
Boo!
Miss him.
Ooh. 7 is a miss. Woo!
Oh,
Yeah!
you nick him on the neck right there.
Haha! Oh shit!
You hit like feathers, and that one nicks his wing. So you have pissed this bird off, and that one scalps his head. It doesn't penetrate the skull, but this bird is now bleeding and is pissed off because it's down for the easy meal of that body that Thorn unfortunately took away from him. But that lingering scent has taken. You've bothered my kill. It is here for food. It is hungry, and it is very much use. It's pretty much decided. It's like, no, I'm getting something here.
He's gonna put the gun down and hit play. But he's gonna have like his hand up because he put his hand up in front before he hit pause. He's gonna put his hand in that exact same position, hits play as his hand comes up in the same motion
While your hand
was before, trying to create seamless cameramanship while doing this. And this bird's just gonna be in front and pissed.
So the bird
and he's gonna pull out his machete.
The bird just screeches in rage at this and just dives, just goes to peck right at you, Erwin.
And he's gonna just wing the blade right up as he pecks into him.
Double draw, 1 for the dodge, 2 for the swing. And
1 for the dodge.
It's gonna bite your leg off. It's gonna bite your leg off, and for your connecting swing. Second one. 3. You lose all confidence that you had as the bird just sinks you off at the knee and you just fall limp. Your cowardice returns. All right, at the charge of this, Mr. Confident goes for it, but he gets battered away and just knocked out against a tree. The other guy gets the same thing from the other wing. So both those guys have been sent off and just bopped into trees. And now it's just Thorn and Agnes facing down this giant raptor bird.
I'm gonna look at I got this one guy over me. I've got Agnes on the bed. I'm just like, Agnes.
Agnes,
do you mind hopping to the other shoulder?
Agnes, with your dimension, everything. Draw. Do you recognize this bird?
Oh no. Nope.
You don't recognize this bird at all. You don't recognize this bird at all. And it's pissed, and it's going to lunge. Go ahead.
I'm just going to take my hammer and just yeet it and hope to hit it square in the face.
Draw.
As hard as I possibly can.
Draw at advantage. Draw at advantage.
Oh, hey, there you go. That's a...
You nail it with such clarity. It's like the toffee, the sugar high from Agnes is feeding you has and the rage and the
froth on the face.
You're actually even more mad at this bird for not killing Erwin with that swipe. Now it's gonna be a limping son of a bitch that you're probably gonna have to make a cast for. You're gonna have to make
carry him.
and you're gonna get gypped by this son of a bitch for making his bonus leg. So you're just forced, just bonk, right. Bird gets knocked out right there. Falls limp.
I'm gonna take it and I'm just gonna put Agnes gently on the ground and just go, turn away, Agnes. Turn away.
Are you gonna butcher this bird with your hammer?
Oh, you hear the squelching sounds over and over again.
Agnes doesn't turn away. Agnes walks up and uses her bag to join in.
Starts beating it.
Just the bag mixed with hard candy and toffee. It's just Alrighty. Let's go over to Erwin. How you doing, bud?
I'm mighty upset that I'm missing me leg. As I scream like a little girl.
Do I find the leg?
No, that got gulped.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take my.
Do you want to open up the bird to get the leg?
Tourniquet on.
Yeah, I'll open the mouth as I'm beating it. I'll just lift it open just to see.
Draw to see if you see it there in the throat.
Oh, hey.
All right. Yeah, you gander a reach because it's clearly dead. Half of its brain is there, 5 yards away, and the other half is over there. So you just your rage is out. Your rage has been sated, and you look over this pitiful asshole, and you just reach down the gullet, and you feel his boot, and you're just you just yoink it out, and son of a bitch, and you toss it at him.
As I'm finished tourniqueting my leg and wrapping my stump. Right, thank you. And he's gonna just take his bag off, all nonchalant as fuck, and just bend at the knee and just start stuffing it. Somehow the bag has a compartment full of nothing that he pops these little things and coolant. Almost like putting it on ice. He's got a compartment for a limb in his bag.
But it's only meant to cool limbs. It's not meant to cool meat to eat on a trip because, well, you didn't get any meat on your convoy. So
exactly.
Fair enough.
He planned for if I lose a limb and how to bring it back with me.
Jesus Christ. Alrighty.
He thinks about the weirdest shit.
Thorn is literally going to look at Agnes and go, Did he actually plan to lose a limb here?
Agnes?
And it's all on tape. The bird attacked me, and you killed it. And I never shot at it. According to the video evidence, So we got attacked by an enraged bird, and I lost a limb, and we get to use it as a prep story where when I am searching for this frog that we never found because he's going to edit it that we got attacked before we got there.
Agnes,
So
Agnes, what are you doing?
Intact.
Agnes, what are you doing?
Just oh, I don't know. We finished beating this bird. Like, don't you do that. He's mine.
So,
He's mine.
so the two guys wake up. You guys stir them.
Agnes isn't gonna let Erwin leave the island after this.
So you guys are at the beginning of the woods. You're just gonna make camp like at least 100 yards away from this dead bird. You don't need to be near when like other vultures come by. If anything, you guys are gonna get a little bit into the woods because there's probably gonna be another big ass vulture to come eat its dead brethren. Scary. Don't want to be near that.
But we're getting down into a draw where it's thick, where we can.
Oh yeah, where it's not gonna fly easily. It'd be too thick of a thicket for it to come through. You guys make camping easy. We're on the back end of this trip very clearly. Now you guys break camp in the morning. Nothing happens. Nothing special. Because you guys have make your final trek to get home. You guys make it. Go ahead.
I have had like time to make like a little wooden like sled in the evening. And I've got Erwin on the sled, like using my cot or like my hammock. I've got him on a sled. I've got the guy who's like panicked and passed out over one shoulder. Agnes on the other shoulder. And I'm just a mule pulling all of these like horribly injured and traumatized people out of the wood.
The other guy is just like kind of standing there. And like he's really confident, but he's also kind of like come back down to earth. Because he's just watching you carry all of this without really like you're breaking a sweat, but it's not really a problem. Like you're sweating from regular exertion. And he's just like he's kind of looking at you and everything that's going on and realizing that you hammered the brains out of that bird, that giant bird that just whooped him earlier. So he's just like, what do you need, man? Like, need any help? And you're just like, shut up.
Yeah, Thorn just looks at him and goes, you talking less is better. And if you can, gag that one. And I'll just point to Erwin.
He is completely silent for the first time ever. He is working away at processing videos and footage and getting like he is just working away at a portable workstation, just fucking editing shit, throwing things together, just getting after it the whole time.
So
he does ask you oddly at one point, you have a bank account, right?
What?
You have a bank account, right?
No, we use coin on the island. What the hell is a
do you
bank
have
account?
one that I can do you have yes. I got money that's going to get you.
I don't know what the thing on your head is. Do I know what a bank account is? No.
All right. And he reaches down into a weird bag pocket and pulls out a large sack of coin.
That I know.
This is
Thorn,
yours, by the way.
All right.
So Erwin makes this clear offer while you guys are making it. But Thorn, you drag everyone back to the very center of town where this all began, and you just drop everyone. You set Agnes down nice and neatly. You just drop Erwin right there with you just do a Grinch tablecloth. Just take your cart back from him. Take all your pieces. Give a curt nod to the confident buddy that's now holding up his other friend who's just like still just processing everything and he needs a hug. He needs a hug.
Yeah.
After everything that's been through. And so everyone has returned back to the town center. Thorn, how do you wrap this up?
So
for yourself?
Thorn will take the gold graciously and just look at Erwin. Like some anger still residing there, but also just like, you did pay. So he goes, next time, don't take 200-year-old ladies out into the middle of the wastes.
Okay.
I'll take you next time and I'll pay you more. Because we're about to be fucking rich.
Lose my name. I never want to see you again. He'll look at Agnes and go, your cane's a little wobbly. Come in next week and I'll put a new stopper on it. I just want you to his blacksmith shop.
More money for me then. Right on.
Just flip the sign to open.
All right. Actually, I'm going to keep it that. Erwin, how do you wrap this up for yourself?
I am signaling my community for after going to get medical assistance, going to of course monetize that in a way to get donations to set up another well-funded expedition to go and observe the swamps that we never made it to because I was attacked viciously by a rabid bird that took my leg and was saved by the loving blacksmith, whom I paid as hush money to never try to dispute this story ever. Because I put him as a hero. And that is the end of Erwin's story. Moving on to the next chapter of conservation.
And Agnes, how do you wrap up your time on this little adventure?
I'm gonna go into the blacksmith shop and say, that rumor was supposed to get him killed.
Like, Thorn is just gonna look a little bit pale. The sweet, innocent old lady that he was helping out just shattered his world.
Agnes, expand.
She started that rumor.
So Agnes didn't even know this frog existed. And if anything, Agnes, through just some local tomfoolery talk about like just mythical creatures on this new land, just people see things out of the corner of their eyes and think it's a demon when it's just a squirrel. And this hunter's tale had come back from like the fishermen and the hunters that had gone all the way out to the swamp. And Agnes had sort of downloaded this. And Agnes may not be the most technologically savvy, but she has just enough on her Nokia phone to know who the fuck Erwin is. And she sent out the text to his actual fan group out in the main world that baited him to take up the quest to go find Persephone's knee, this legendary poisonous toad that was in this swamp in this far off land. And he took the bait, and she knows anything could have killed him along the way. And this is unfortunately a failure because he's only maimed.
His entire, like, what was Agnes's purpose of trying to get him killed?
You want me?
This isn't the first time she's done it.
So Agnes is just a serial killer.
I am Jerry, that is Tom. Yes.
And essentially, Thorn it was an accessory to attempted murder.
Oh my gosh. Alrighty. And I think that'll wrap up what might be Persephone's knee, Agnes's masturbate. Agnes's just
Agnes's masturbate.
I have horrible names coming up right now for this, but that'll close us out. That'll be my first head DM session ever. And we are clocked in, boys.
Well done.
We're clocked in, boys. Thank you all. Like, share, follow, subscribe, all that jazz to my channel, the 3DM's channel. Blackstag GM for Michael Below, the Warbeard with Colton. Thank you, Kyle, for being a dad and being our
Go Lions.
Our asshole Steve Erwin on the day.
Well, I was trying to incorporate in there eventually. Secretly, his actual past name was what was that old guy? The other guy that used to do the
Jeff Gordon or something like that.
Yes, Jeff Gordon or something like that. Jeff Gordon is yeah. I was gonna reveal it as that dude's play on that dude's name.
Right.
Instead, it was my actual name.
Alrighty. Let me close this out. Let me go ahead and close this one out here. Thank you all again. Like, subscribe, share. Thank you guys for being a part of this and giving me the grace and help along the way for this story. And having one of the lowest body count stories, somehow I feel like there's several sweet encounters that didn't die. So, all right, we're out. Bye, everyone.